Hello and welcome to today's video of the 30 Days of Etsy series. In today's video, we're going to be going through how to understand Etsy SEO so you can get your shop found in search. Now, in today's video, we're going to run through some of the basics of SEO. So if you're listening to me now going, SEO, what does that stand for? No problems at all, because today I'll be going through Etsy SEO so you can easily understand exactly what it is and then get to work on implementing it for your own Etsy shop. Okay, so SEO, or as it's more commonly known as search engine optimization, is the way that people find your products on Etsy. It's literally as simple as that. So if you've ever searched on Google, then you're already familiar with SEO. When somebody opens up a tab onto Google and starts typing a word or phrase into the search box, they're using SEO. When a buyer opens up the Etsy app or on their desktop and starts browsing by category or types in a word into the search bar, they're using SEO. Even on Pinterest, so when a pin appears at the top of someone's Pinterest account, it's using SEO. So you're probably already using SEO, but you didn't really know that you were using it. Any platforms on the web that have a search function are essentially using SEO. So how does SEO actually work? Without getting too technical today, just think of SEO as little minions that go all over the World Wide Web in search for the perfect match to the exact thing that you're looking for. And then they present you with the data or findings as close to a match as possible to what you actually want. So let's explain Etsy Search. So Etsy Search is a powerful tool that's designed to match buyers with the items they're looking for, so it's easier for them to make a purchase. Now, Etsy has listed that they have two phases for their search. They've got query matching and then they've got ranking. So query matching is when a customer enters a search query, and so then Etsy looks at the titles, the tags, the categories, and the attributions, if you've used them, to find matching keywords. Okay, so by using a variety of tags and adding all the relevant attribute options and categorizing items as specifically as possible will all help to increase the chance that your listing will match with a query, so therefore ranking higher in the search. The next is ranking. So once Etsy gathers all the listings that matches a buyer's query, they then use this information to rank the listing so people browsing Etsy see the items that they are most likely to buy. Okay, so they're using the query matching and the ranking together to match up the perfect listing with the buyer. So you're probably thinking, well, what are the factors that actually go into the Etsy search ranking? Well, I'll go ahead and go through that with you now. So the first one is relevance. So if your tags, titles, categories, and attributes match a shopper's query, your listings then have the potential to appear in that shopper's search results. And on top of that, if the keywords are an exact match for the query, your listing may be ranked even higher in results because it's seen as more relevant to the search. Now, the next factor is a listing quality score. So Etsy Search looks at clues from shoppers to understand whether a listing is appealing to them and meets their expectations. And this is once they've clicked. So not just while they're browsing, but once they've actually clicked on the item. So Etsy will look at how well a listing converts. So how many people viewed that listing and then make a purchase. So this is a way that Etsy can determine whether buyers are interested in the product, which boosts that listing's quality score. So if somebody's coming, they're just browsing, but then they find something that they like and then they click on that product listing, Etsy is going to take note of whether or not that customer has purchased or whether they have not purchased. So this is also going to help with your quality ranking. Next is recency. So when you create a brand new listing, Etsy gives it a small but temporary boost in search results. So this is so Etsy can learn more about how buyers interact with the product listing to determine the quality score. I do want to mention here that Etsy has noted that renewing listings can also give your products a small boost. They're saying a very small boost, but they don't encourage sellers to renew listings in order to rank higher in search. Sometimes people have given the advice of renewing listings often, but Etsy has flat out said that although it does give a very, very small boost, they say that your time is better spent on your titles and your tags and your product descriptions. Okay, so that's something to note. Next is the customer and market experience score. So Etsy wants buyers to have a great experience when they shop on the platform. So the happier that customers are on the platform, the more enticing it is for sellers. So it's a win-win situation. So they do this by giving each shop a customer and market experience score, which factors into search. Getting great customer reviews, completing your shop policies, and adding an about section will positively impact your search ranking on Etsy. Okay, so just think about all those different spots and sections that Etsy gives you to fill out. Well, they're pretty much saying here that they encourage you to fill out all these items as much as possible to help with your ranking. Next is postage price. So you may or may not have heard a little bit about Etsy's free shipping guarantee. So essentially, when listings are delivered for free to the US and shops that offer free delivery guarantee, they will get priority search placement in the Etsy app. So essentially, Etsy is saying that if you want to rank higher, then you should really be offering free shipping. Also, another thing to note is that Etsy prioritizes items with free shipping wherever they advertise within the US. So Etsy are advertising on Google, they have emails that they send out, they advertise on TV and things like that. So they're saying that within their advertising platforms, they will prioritize products with free shipping. Also, digital download items are also eligible for priority search placement in the Etsy app because they don't have any postage costs. So when you're opening up or you're thinking about creating a new Etsy shop, perhaps it might be wise to either create a shop that's digitally based or add products into your shop that are digital. And at the bottom here, I've just got offering free delivery or lowering your postage costs for shoppers within your country can also improve your search ranking. So at the top, I mentioned here, they're talking about US and advertising in the US and free shipping for the US, but they're also mentioning that countries outside of the US, so here in Australia, if I offer free shipping, I'm going to also get higher ranking. Okay, so next is translation and languages. So when you first set up your shop on Etsy, you're prompted to choose a shop language. So when creating your titles and tags, add all of these in the language you choose during setup. So they're pretty much saying that if you open up a shop and you've stated that the language is Spanish, well then you wouldn't go ahead and then create all your titles, your tag, your product description in English. Okay, so you want to stick to the setup that you've created and then implement this across the board. So Etsy will translate your keywords and show shoppers results that match the query and language settings. Now I'm actually going to have a look into this for my own Etsy shop because I'm here in Australia and I think I've got a little bit of a mixed match. So some of the spelling of the words that we use here in Australia are different to that of the US, and I think some of my product listings have the spelling of that of the US. So I'm going to actually have a look into that and see whether or not that's actually hurting my ranking or not. I'll keep you updated on that one. So next is shoppers' habits. So Etsy has a special technology called context-specific ranking. So essentially what it does is it learns what buyers are interested in to show them the items that they're most likely to purchase. So when you go ahead and search on Etsy, what you see isn't always what another buyer might be seeing, as the search has been altered to suit you. If I go onto Etsy and I search a specific item, and then you open up your Etsy app at the exact same time, in the exact same place, location, everything, you might have a completely different experience to what I'm having. So the first page of your Etsy app might look completely different to the listings that I'm seeing. So you just want to take that into consideration. So Etsy has special technology that's helping the buyer get the product that they really want. So the last thing I want to mention here is to not get overwhelmed. So please don't feel like you have to have all these issues and topics 100% perfect straight away. Heck, I'm even going through this and I'm realizing that I have a few things here that I seriously need to look into. So like I mentioned about the language settings, so I'm going to go back and have a look at that. I'm going to go ahead and have a look at my shop settings to make sure I've filled in everything that I can. I'm going to have a look at some of the attributes as well for some of my products. So it's okay. And like I always say, imperfect action is still action moving forward. Okay, so I hope that this was helpful and it's given you a brief overview of what Etsy SEO is all about. So that way, when you are creating your product listings and you're updating your shop, you kind of have this in the back of your mind. So you're doing whatever you can to get your products ranked higher in the search. Okay, now over the next few videos, we'll be working through some of these items so we can get our Etsy shops into tip-top condition. So in the meantime, don't forget to join the free private 30 Days of Etsy Facebook group so you can connect with me and other Etsy newbies. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult for me to connect with you here on YouTube within the comments section. It's a lot easier for me to connect with you on Facebook. Okay, so the link to join that Facebook group is in the description box below. So I hope to see you in there. But if not, I will see you same time, same place tomorrow. Okay, bye for now.